Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. March 21st is the first day of spring. But when does spring arrive at your house? Well, no matter when it arrives, you're going to want to be ready by making some new springtime fresh quilts. So keep watching to see some gorgeous new fabrics. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. We are going to show you some gorgeous new quilts today, new fabrics that have just arrived, and all of our patterns are made with one of my patterns from a book or an individual pattern. Each one takes 3 one-yard cuts of fabric, and every quilt is a lap quilt that you'll see today. Now, there's no problem with that if you want something larger. Each one of my books gives you instructions for twin and king queen as well as the lap quilt. So let's get started here. The first one that we're going to show you, this one is called Garden Path. We don't have this specific fabric, but we have some gorgeous new fabrics we want to show you. So this one is made with a big 10-inch block and then a super simple block over here that you can put together in a hurry. So let's take this over here to the table and let's see what we've got for you. Similar colors. Isn't this gorgeous? Bright, fresh, springtimey for sure. And this is your focus fabric. Whenever you're picking out your fabric, you want your largest print to go in the largest block. So you put it in the number 1 position of the pattern. The number 2 fabric is compared to this one would be your lightest. So you pick out your focus, then you compare these two. You take your light fabric. It's going to be the background that causes the design of the quilt to pop off the surface of the quilt. And the third color, the number 3, is normally a border or a binding outside, and it's also going to be design elements within the quilt. So this one is called Serafina. 8021083 is the kit number, and you can visit fabriccafe.com to see where all of these kits are on sale. Garden Path is the name of the pattern, but that pattern is only available in the book Fast and Fun. So we suggest an alternate pattern, and this one is so quick. You will get 1 free pattern with every kit you purchase, or if you want to skip the pattern and buy 3 kits, then you will get a book free, and you get to pick the name of the book that you want. Okay, in the second one that we have, even though we're talking about springtime, we're going to show you some snowmen here. We don't have this fabric, but we do have the pattern for this cute quilt. Talk about go together in a hurry. It is a very quick to make quilt. And this particular one also has 10-inch blocks, so you can get those spring fresh quilts made in a hurry. Then we sash it, and they're super simple, easy sashing as well. Now, wherever you live, if you do gardening like we do, spring is when you start getting the ground all ready and starting to put things out. And we are going to show you something that's a lot of fun here because we have a new fabric from Moda called Homegrown Salsa. So if you plant some tomatoes and some peppers, you could come up with a great salsa, but you can also make a quilt so that you can show off your prowess in the garden. This is going to be your number 1 fabric. It's going to go in this particular block. Your number 2 fabric is going to go here. It's also going to go in these small squares. So that would be your number 2 fabric, which is your light fabric when you compare those two. And then we have a number 3 fabric that's going to go here. And it has these little triangles. Those must be the taco chips that you're going to dip into that salsa. I love this one. It's so pretty, so bright. It's called Homegrown Salsa. 8021082 is your kit number. Tic Tac is your pattern, and it's from the book Easy Peasy. It's also available as an individual, so you can either just take this as your free pattern when you buy this kit, or skip this one and include this kit in your buying 3 so you can get a book free. Now, the next one that we're going to look at, this one is called Picture Perfect. Again, not this fabric. We have brand new fabric we want to show you. But this one was from my first book, Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. And it is a great quilt to go together in a hurry. You've got one block here, and then you've got a sashed block here. Goes together super quick. Now let's put that on the table and we'll show you how this works. And we have pieces and parts. So if you like watching how to put the blocks together, we're going to show you that. And do we have some fun fabric? Let's pull this over here. Now this one is just going to add a pop of those spring colors that are just so vibrant. So this is our focus fabric. It's going to go in our largest block. And then we have our fabric number 2. It's going to go here, and fabric number 3 will be your stripe here and out in the border. Now, if you were to compare these two fabrics, this one might look a little lighter, but I love stripes in the border. So that's where we chose to put that number 3 fabric. Because there's exactly the same amount of fabric, 1 yard each, in every position, you can change those positions as long as you cut everything that it says in that one position. Okay, so this one, looking at this, we're going to show you the way you put this together. I'm going to put this over here so I can show you a little first. Okay, the very first block, this is how you bake it. You just cut it. There's your first block. That's simple. No sewing necessary to make that block. Now the second block will require you to make a strip piece like this. So you got your number 2 fabric here, and then you've got your stripes. Isn't that great? Look how great those stripes are. Now let's move this back over here, John. I want to show how we are going to make this strip piece. Then you're going to cut units off of the sides. Now we've actually cut our seam allowance off of this. So this is your strip piece. This is one of your units, and the unit is going to go right here. And then you add the strips on the side. So we've got this strip on this side, and we have this strip on this side. And John, I'm going to move this one down here so you can really see how it looks side by side. And we'll crop that out so you can see what a gorgeous quilt this is going to be when you make picture perfect. All right. Isn't that one sweet? Sweet, sweet. I love this one. When we got it all put together and I saw those colors, and I'll say kudos to Jessica, because when she was ordering fabric for me one day, she came to me and she said, look at this gorgeous fabric. And I said, hey, put some of that in there. So we were really happy with this one. Now let me give you the information for this one. This one is called Patio Party, 8021081. Picture Perfect is your pattern. It comes as an individual, and it also is in our downloadable book, Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. So this one, you will get a code. You can download the book, and then you can put it in a notebook for your use. And you can pick that as a freebie, or you can purchase it for $15.99. And remember, every one of the 3-yard quilt patterns uses just that, 3 yards. And then if you want to make it larger, we do have the instructions for how to do that as well. This one is called Town Square, and Town Square is one that I like a lot because it really shows off your focus fabric in this block. And then it has an interesting sashing around that block that changes colors. So let's put that up here. And what would the spring be like without a little St. Patty's Day? So here we have some great shamrocks. This would be so cute in this pattern. So your shamrock would come here, and then we're going to have the yellow is going to be where the lightest is. So see these two, if you compared those, light and dark, compare these two, you've got light and dark. So the yellow goes here, the dark green goes here. And this one is going to be so cute. Lucky Charm is the name of this particular kit. 8021080. Town Square is from the book Easy Peasy, or it's also available as an individual pattern. Okay, we have another one that's a last chance. That simply means there's not very many left of this, so if you've been looking at it, you might want to go over and check it out. This is a beautiful motif fabric, and this is your focus. It's going to go in that larger square, and then we have the two fabrics remaining. This one compared to that one is light and dark, and you will have this in the light area, this one in the dark. So this one is called Aqua Breeze 2. The pattern is Town Square. It's from the book Easy Peasy, and this is a last chance. There's only 3 remaining. But if you really like this one, you can get 2 and make a twin, because that's what it takes. Okay, the next one that we have, this particular pattern, we are out of this fabric, but it is one of our more popular patterns to create an old-fashioned look with this great design that I've put in this particular one. I like this one a lot, and it goes well with whether you want to use the dark subdued colors, you want to put it into springtime colors. This pattern works great for so many, many different kinds of fabric. But we are going to have some songbirds. Now this particular one has all these great birds. If you're a bird watcher, you're going to really like this. This one is our number 1 position. We'll go in the center here, and it also will be out in the border. The number 2 is going to be in the light area here, and the number 3 is your blue. It's going to go right here. So this one's going to be a very pretty one for that springtime freshness. 8021079. Songbirds is the name of this kit. Heartland is your pattern. It is available as an individual. It's also available in the book pretty darn quick. Now, we also have fat quarter quilts and fat quarter kits. So this is one of our fat quarter kits, and we've embellished it with chenille by the inch. This is a product that goes down flat. You actually have a stitch line on top of the strip. You stitch it to your quilt, and then you brush it to fluff. So this is made with 12 fat quarters, or 3 yards of fabric. And this one has the real springy colors that it's just yummy. If you like the real soft kind of what's the word for shabby chic? That's what I was looking for. Kind of the shabby chic look. This would be perfect. So we have our fat quarters, and we'll take this and show you the fat quarters. It comes with a free pattern. This is very pattern specific. We pick out the fat quarters so they can go with the kit. The fat quarters go with the fabric and pattern matching. So it is important that you have a pattern specific. I'm going to start another row down here so you can see how pretty these are. They're just gorgeous. Now you get 2 of these blues, and that's because that is used over on your border. And then we have the other blue that's going to be in the quilt. So we go through and tell you how to cut the fat quarters and how to put them in the pattern. Now, chenille by the inch, this is what the chenille looks like whenever you, let me open this up. Whenever you open your package, if you're really good and talented, you can actually open it. You're going to get pieces like this. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to tear the backing off of your chenille. It comes off that easy. This is used for the manufacturing process, and you don't need it anymore. Now, you've got lines on this, and you've got short pieces and long pieces, and it really doesn't matter, because when you run out of a strip and you cut this in between the lines, when you run out of a strip, you simply overlap and continue to sew, and you can make these long runs of chenille. You don't even have to cut it to go in place. You sew them all one direction, then you come back and sew them all the other directions. It's super simple, and we have other videos that cover chenille by the inch. You can check those out under tutorial on our website, fabriccafe.com. You also will want to have two tools, the brush and the cutting guide. The cutting guide is designed so that you can put this stitch line, and that'll line it up so you can cut in between the stitch lines perfectly. Then you brush to fluff. So it's a super simple process. You'll want to watch the tutorials on how to do chenille by the inch. All right, and this one is called Spring Garden. Spring Garden 802025. Patch Happy is your pattern. It's not available in a book, but it is very pattern specific to that particular fabric. All right, the next one that we wanted to show you is called Pinwheel Party. This is a great batik, and we do have this fabric available. It has a sashed square. One's a pinwheel, one's plain, and it's called Pinwheel Party. So let's put that up here, and we'll look at this fabric. And this is a gorgeous batik. Look how pretty that is. So that's your focus fabric, and I quite often put my focus fabric in the borders because I like it there. This is the center of this block, and the border is your focus. And then you compare these two, your light and your dark. Light is going to offset your central block here, and then the dark will go around this one, and it's also your pinwheel. So this one is 820259 Pinwheel Party. It's from the book Quick as a Wink, and it's only available in that book. It's not available as an individual pattern. However, 3 yards of fabric will work with any one of our patterns, so we are recommending the Pinwheel +1 as your alternate pattern that you could use. Okay, another one of our very popular quilts is called Sew Quick. It's a great first-timer quilt. If you've not ever made a quilt before, you might want to try this one out. It's a 10-inch block, and then this is a 4-patch that is made with 5-inch blocks. So let's put that over here and look at the fabric. All right, we've got some bees. Look at these great daisies. Okay, so this is our focus fabric. It's going to go in this block. And then our number 2 and 3 fabric, you compare those. And we've put the bumblebee, this is called Queen Bee, isn't it? Yes, Queen Bee is the name of this kit. And there's crowns and bees. And that's going to go in this section. That's your light section. And then your number 3 fabric is the blue. That'll be your borders. And this block, and I said this looks like the flight of the bumblebee for sure. So we have 8020656 Queen Bee. Sew Quick is your pattern, and that is available in the download book Quilt Favorites. And once again, to remind you, if you take a downloadable book that's only a downloadable, then we will send you a code so you can download that. So you can either choose the individual pattern, or you can skip the little pattern and take a book free when you buy 3 kits. Now we have one other thing that we want to show you, and that is our last chance. Last chance simply means we're running out of this fabric, and we want you to have an opportunity to go get it if you want it. So this is your focus fabric, these wonderful butterflies. And here in Texas, one of the first things that we start noticing whenever we know that warm weather is coming is the butterflies start coming back. So it's kind of a fun spring way to look for not only the robins, but the butterflies. Number 2 fabric and number 3 fabric. And this one, we only have one more of this one. 8021078. Through the Window again is the name of the pattern, and it's in the book Pretty Darn Quick. Okay, this one, we only have one left on this too. We don't want to leave the kids out, because you know what happens whenever it starts warming up. All of the little things like the turtles and the frogs start coming out too. I don't know if giraffes do or not, but but really, I know that it's fun in the springtime for the kids to start discovering all the life coming back. So here's your focus fabric on this one, and then you compare these two, and we have the light and the dark, and of course we've got that great green that coordinates, and then that awesome orange that also coordinates it here. This one is 8021076, Topiary Fun, and Bold Blocks is the pattern that we're recommending. That is in the book Pretty Darn Quick, and there's only one remaining on this kit. All right, and this one is called Butterfly Garden, and it has beautiful butterflies. There's only 4 of these remaining, so you've got your focus fabric, yellow in our secondary fabric, and then our third fabric is that gorgeous purple. This one is 8021075, Butterfly Garden 2. It's Sugar Pie is the name of the pattern. It is available in the book Pretty Darn Quick, and there are only 4 remaining on this kit. Now, I hope you've enjoyed our little springtime fling, and that very soon you'll get some warm weather in your area. I just want to remind you that we have 9 different books in print, and that each one of those books has 8 patterns, and the patterns are enlarged into twins and king-queen instructions. You can get 1 book free with every 3 kits that you purchase, or if you want to just purchase a book, they're $15.99, and you can find them on our website, fabriccafe.com. If you've enjoyed the video, I hope you'll share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe on the button below, and then we will send you a notification. If you click on the bell, we will send you a notification when we post a new video. It's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Have a wonderful spring.